Guys, I need you to answer this one question. Just one question, please. Can you please tell me who Edward and Henry are in All Engines Go? Edward and Henry, also known as Those Trains, are two side characters in the All Engines Go reboot. Okay, side characters might be a bit too much praise considering they don't even speak, but hey, it's the thought that counts. However, Edward and Henry actually have some lore to them, and some of that lore might even tie back to a classic episode. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the lore of Those Trains. Okay, so I wanted to discuss Edward first because, well, he's the least relevant out of the two. No, seriously, between the two, Henry had the most appearances. So it's kinda difficult figuring out the lore. I looked up on the wiki and then I saw that there was a book called Meet the Engines. And the book had Edward and Henry in it. And I found their pages. So get ready to get the lore behind that train number one. Edward, the old, reliable engine. Good old Edward. He's patient, wise, kind, and very hardworking. With years of experience under his buffers, Edward is ready for anything. You know, this is actually pretty accurate to not All Engines Go, but the original show. I wonder why that could be. It's not like you did absolutely nothing with this character. Anyways, let's continue. Age, who knows? Likes, story set in the past. Dislikes, being teased about his age. Which is... Okay, but in all seriousness, who the hell would make fun of his age? Henry doesn't even speak. Gordon's the most mature motherfucker around, and James is just dead-ass based. Bro, no one's gonna make fun of you, chill. All Engines Go Edward also has merch, which depicts him as a 440, like in the original show. I know it's because they couldn't fit all of his, 12 wheels onto the model, but yeah, it's nice. Okay, so before we end this section, I just wanted to say something, like a theory or a prediction. Edward is part of the Scottish Mafia. I know, it's stupid, but hear me out. Edward's been having a facade this whole time. The kind old man act, yeah, it's a facade. Edward is actually one of the highest ranking members of the Scottish Mafia, only being outranked by Donald and Harvey. All the killing, all the robbing, it had to be operated by someone. And that someone is Douglas. Douglas has been pulling all the strings this whole time and hoped we didn't notice. He manipulated everyone with his Scottish sexiness. And then when no one was looking, he was operating a business. A business that's really fucking illegal. He hired Edward and Henry so they can do his dirty work. And that way, be the most powerful engine on Sodor. The only people Douglas cared about in that mafia were him and Donald. He knew that after they killed Oliver, someone had to take care of the business. And that someone was him. After all, Oliver was basically a member of the family at that point, even though they weren't blood related. Everything was going well until Douglas borrowed Henry some money, and it took Henry 3 months to give it back. Douglas wanted to get rid of Henry, considering all the fuck-ups he had because of his steaming issues. Then he talked to Edward about it. Edward, we need to get rid of some dead weight. What are you talking about? Henry. I planned to lock him this whole time, but this time, I'm actually gonna do it. But Henry has been working for you for years. I know, Edward, but he's been dead weight. And those steaming issues, oh damn those steaming issues. Those steaming issues are keeping me tired. Every time he starts a job, someone else has to finish it. Edward thought Douglas was just joking. Like, he wasn't gonna kill Henry. Henry's his best worker. Then the all engines go version of the flying kipper happened. Then Edward did something he would never regret. He'd take Douglas and throw him from the 19th floor. Alright, Henry. Henry's more relevant. Okay, but what is his quote-unquote personality? Henry is a big green engine who chugs around wishing everyone a breezy good morning. He's a bit of a warrior and prefers calm days. Home, Vicarstown. Favorite job, pulling goods trains. Likes, good manners and respect. Wow, that told us basically nothing. Okay, now let's go back to the mafia story. Douglas hired Edward and Henry to do some of his dirty work. However, there was a problem. That problem being Henry's steaming issues. These steaming issues went on for a while. For like 3 years to be exact. So every job Henry started, someone like Edward had to finish it. The steaming issues went on for a while until one December morning, Henry was asked to pull a fish train across the entire island. What could go wrong? Nothing, actually. Well, that's if you count this as nothing. This accident was really, really bad. So bad that he was out of service for 4 months. Henry was too badly damaged that not even Carly and Sandy could fix him. So he was sent to crew, which is the reason Henry changed fireboxes in between seasons. And after Edward threw Douglas off the 19th floor, he and Henry didn't associate with the Scottish Mafia for long. They cut ties with literally everyone, even Donald, who is gonna come back so he can murder them, just you wait. Oh yeah, like Edward, Henry also has merch. Didn't really mention it because it was irrelevant. And that was the lore of the 2 trains from All Engines Go. Hope you enjoyed this video. And hey, if you actually liked it, why don't you leave a like and subscribe? Anyways, I'm gonna go watch the MCU.